everybody, today we are cooking up some seared scallops in a little wine sauce. I'm going to serve this over some pasta with a little bit of asparagus and butternut squash. And I'm also going to show you how to get a nice sear on your scallops. So there's a few things you need to do to look out for to make that work well. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm going to show you how to do it right after this. All right, guys, let's go over our ingredients. The first thing we need to talk about are the scallops, right? So there's two kinds of scallops. There's dry and there's wet. You want to get the dry ones. They cost more, of course. And the wet ones have a chemical in them that they add to it. It's called tripolyphosphate. Long word, I know. And it's abbreviated by STPP. And what that does is it helps the scallops to absorb moisture, so they do that right before they freeze them. I guess they weigh more, I don't know. Avoid that. Get the dry scallops, and you have to ask for it. Now I, for example, went to Costco and I asked the guy there if he knew whether they were dry or wet, and he didn't know, so I just didn't buy them. Now the reason for getting the dry scallops is because we don't want moisture in our scallop. We want them to be as dry as possible, which is what I did here. I put them on a paper towel and I'm patting them dry. I want them dry as possible so that you get a nice sear on them. All right, I've got some white wine. I'm just using a Sauvignon Blanc. We'll need some chicken broth, some minced garlic, a little bit of minced onion, a couple tablespoons of butter, chopped butternut squash, some asparagus that I cut up into bite-sized pieces. We'll need some fresh lemon juice, some pasta, some vegetable oil of some sort, something that can handle high heat, some fresh parsley for garnish, and some salt and pepper. All right, guys, we're gonna get started here. I've got my scallops here and I'm patting them dry, sorry about that. And we're gonna salt them. Just gonna put some salt on there and a little bit of pepper. And then once I put them in the pan, I'll salt and pepper the second side. Okay, so those are ready. And now we got to get our pan ready. Now this is really important, guys. This is how you get your sear on. I'm using a ceramic pan today. It's sort of like a Teflon pan, but it's not. It's better, I think, in terms of the chemicals that it puts out. You want to get your pan on medium-high, maybe even start out on high heat. We want to get a nice sear on these, so we've got to start with some higher temperatures, so make sure you do that. That's your second tip for making these turn out really well. And I'm going to pour just a little bit of oil in here, maybe 2 teaspoons or so. And once it gets, if I pour too much, I'll just pour some of it out, guys. Let that get nice and hot. And you want to hear that sizzle. I'm placing these seasoned side down. And we're going to cook these for about, 2 minutes or so. I turn the heat down just a little bit, and I don't want to touch the pan, really. I want to move that oil around just a little bit. All right, I didn't season that second side, so let's do that. All right, you can see that the scallops are getting kind of browned, so I'm going to turn these over. Let those cook another probably 2 minutes. The scallops on the second side have been going for about a little over 2 minutes, so maybe 2.5 minutes. And I have a plate over here. I'm just going to place them on the plate. Now, if there's enough oil left in your pan, which looks like there may be, we're going to add our onion. I'm going to saute the onion for about 3 minutes. And if it's a little bit dry, I like to add just a touch of olive oil. I'm going to toss in the butternut squash, so that takes a little bit of time to cook. Toss in our asparagus. In goes the minced garlic. cooking my pasta over here on the stove, and so that will be ready hopefully by the same time we need it done. All right, so now I'm going to add the wine to the pan. I'm going to turn the heat up to medium again because I was on low there. And the chicken broth, and we're going to let this simmer probably close to 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, something like that. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. I'm going to add some fresh lemon juice to this. All right, so now I'm going to add the parsley to this, a little sprinkle of herbs, makes it nice and fresh. I'm going to place the scallops back in here so they can, get hot again. They've cooled off a little bit, so we're going to just place those in there. I'm going to turn the heat off or down really low, and I'm going to add the butter. And now I'm just going to throw in my little bit of pasta that I have here to serve it up. And I'm going to let that pasta just absorb in all that sauce. All right, guys, here's our dish. I tell you, it looks really delicious and it smells amazing in here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and serve this up on my plate here. Let's give this a try. Put that noodle in there. There we go. Guys, this is delicious. I like that butter at the end, really kind of sweetens it up a little bit. It's garlicky. I mean, it's everything you want in a nice wine sauce. A little bit of wine flavoring in there. We cook that down quite a bit. Make sure you get that, that rough flavor out of the wine, and it just leaves a nice subtlety in your dish. So guys, I hope you'll try this. It really is delicious. It's pretty quick to make. Those scallops take just a couple of minutes to cook, and I think you'll really enjoy this. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please, show me some support by, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment and share the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that button up there or the one down below the video, and you'll get notified every week when a new video comes out. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. If you have any comments for me, be sure and leave them down below. So see you next time.